Isn't this when we start dancing, John? John.
It's because, oh my God.
I love the wedding bells.
Have you ever seen Jersey Boys?
I saw Jersey Boys, but I didn't see it in person. Like I saw
The movie,
yeah, like the whatever channel
which was
13,
good.
whatever.
Yeah, the movie was good, but it's a good show. Like if those of you who have been to, if you have a chance to see like that traveling show, on national tour of Jersey Boys, I'd go
Listen,
see it. It's easy.
I'm I'm
Why is
laughing
he
because
bothering you already?
within seconds. Um, I will tell you, this was
Yes,
beautiful to me. Meryl Streep's Death of a Salesman. If you saw my post, I was like, Death of a Recruiter this week. It was inspired by
I saw that. Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back, but Death of a Salesman coming back. And they have Meryl Streep and the cast of Devil Wears Prada, and Meryl Streep says, I just watched them and I'm like, oh my God, that's acting. Like I'm horrible. Like I can't, how am I going to be able to keep up with them? And I was like, can you imagine? Like, I call her, Aunt Jackie because the girl's real name, I always just call her Aunt Jackie. Um, but Death of a Salesman is on. So if you're in the New York City area, go see that.
Death of a Salesman is so good. Read it before you go. If you've never read the play, read the play. It's
But I
excellent.
mean, and it's relevant because, it's about a salesman that's doing everything that he knows to do and has never had the extreme success. I think so many times we hear about how
And he's
successful
retirement ready, and
he's
he's.
retiring and he ends up, I mean, spoiler alert, he dies at the end.
I mean, it can't be a good play unless somebody dies.
I mean, it's called Death of a Salesman. What happened? He died. He dies.
He dies. He dies. Willie Loman, good old Willie.
Which that's the every time. I don't know if that shouldn't make me
Such
laugh.
a great name,
Yeah,
and
it's such a great name.
and the like talk up in his own brain about how the glory days, how things really were. They were never. They were never. And it's heart wrenching. It's written so
It's
well.
heart wrenching, but it goes. It speaks to today's topic as people are
Oh
going
yeah.
to retire, and not just being ready, understanding the way of life at some point, regardless of AI, regardless of all of the things, it comes down to behavior and relationships. And who do you trust with the information?
Hmm. It's funny because, well, first of all, I should mention, uh, I'm in our Cherry Hill office. So good morning, everybody. I'm quick hit, less than
Good
48 hours in
Thursday.
town with my Humoriso mug. And I used the name Meryl Streep last night. Just want to make sure that we're on the same wavelength. It's so bizarre that we do these things. I spoke at an event last night at dinner, and I now everybody just relax. I had to talk about AI. Just know. And I started by saying, as you know, we're going to talk about AI, and it's very similar. The reason I have to talk about it is because it's very similar to the current legislation in place in California, which requires Meryl Streep be nominated every year for Best
Every year.
Actress. It's a requirement. So
Absolutely.
talking about AI
AI
in
at
HR.
HR
It's
conferences,
a
and
requirement.
Meryl Streep
You,
must be. That's right.
you can't. It's what it is now. You have to.
You have
I
to.
don't think AI is the reason, though. I will say that people might want to retire. I don't think that's the reason.
Well, now
They might think that they're being pushed out to
it
because
might make it easier to stomach thinking that uh, because otherwise you would have to have the responsibility,
yeah,
right, on an industry. I mean, I feel like those things are really important to
a little
discuss.
bit, a little bit.
Like because here's at the end of the day, so we know we have a dog business. We were kind of having the conversation this morning. At the end of the day, you can't AI your way out of how to manage behavior. Like all of these things can happen with proper management, and proper management means being able to get to the root cause, and that's something that AI is not very good at. Even if you tell it, it doesn't really get it.
Well, can't you just vibe code it?
No,
Yeah, talk to that for a second, right? Like,
no, it's painful. That is the part. I like you get the 80% really fast, and that 20% is really hard. Um,
yeah,
and and it takes lots of work and growth, and we have to, it's the information of why these things happen, um, is at its core. It's those stories that we keep passing generation to generation that helps it evolve. And without those stories, we're not evolving, are we?
well, I think sometimes it depends on the industry. In that we have businesses that do pass on. Look, this is no shade to any type of organization, right? But if you're in home healthcare, I don't know, I'll pick something like that. Are there going to be advancements in like some of the medical treatments, like some of the of course, right? Different medicines, different methods of giving the medicines, but the largest percentage is really something that you're going to be able to pass down from, you know, retiree to new, entry level. This is what it means to roll somebody on. This is how you roll somebody on their side. This is how you change the sheets of someone who can't get out of bed. This is how you use a bedpan. This is how you. There are within certain industries, and we shouldn't apologize for this, like some basics that do need to get passed down. You can't complain and say these kids today don't know how to change a bed. Well, whose fault is that?
That's right. And we need to acknowledge that as you're trying to fire all these people to get AI or whatever, the people that are saying that. So here's an example.
Yeah, and Rosie the robot is not changing anybody's sheets right now. That's not
I was
happening.
thinking about that the other day as we do the conversation. Look, I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my
She
hair.
can't, Joe. She can't flip her hair too much.
Clay's ponytail fell off at a show. It fell off at a show. It did. It fell off at the show.
What I say? Staple gun. Nobody listens to me. I said staple gun.
But we were at a restaurant, and it was one of those small ones on the ocean and the intercoastal in Florida. And if you know, there's tons of them. There's like 5 tables outside, 20 tables inside, ocean front. And we're waiting, and it's one of those that Mediterranean food. So there's a lot of turnover, a lot of grilled food, a lot of fresh vegetables. The turnover really fast. It's stacking up and stacking up and stacking up. The waiter comes over and says, "Sorry, your order's taking so long. Our computers are down." It's a chicken kebab. It's a chicken kebab. Throw an onion, a tomato, and a piece of chicken on a stick. Put it
Right?
on the grill. Take it off.
Yes.
And it's rice pilaf. Like none of these are not hard. Nope. They don't
And
know what
it's
go tell them. Go here. Go write this down.
because of the ticketing, the menu, the
Because of the
ticketing
ticketing.
system.
They couldn't the ticketing, and it's like write it down. And then people are fighting over writing it down and where did it go and who got it because people don't know
Where's
how
the
to
paper and
order
pencil?
a ticket.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's what my
there's a
mom would
point
say. Paper and pencil. Paper and pencil.
when it
Yes.
gets to, yes, when you get to it, um, those are things that are really important. I have noticed I use a writing tablet, and like, but it's a computer, but you can still use it. I see other people are usually around my age that are still taking notes, and others that don't take any notes at all whatsoever. And it's like, no, I need to be able to read these later. That's how I learn. And these are how people, they don't know how to read. They don't write cursive. A lot of kids don't know how to read cursive, which means the information
Don't.
isn't getting there, right?
So, did you see that two states, now I don't remember which one, this was a few weeks ago, two states, I think it was, have reinstituted cursive penmanship into the school curriculum.
Uh-oh. I think he was about to say reinstituted.
Yes, did I freeze? Ay, ay, ay.
I'm not sure if
Sorry.
it's me.
It might be me. It's probably
Yeah, I
me.
think it was me.
Oh, it's you?
Probably, but we're not going to say it. It's
Yeah,
me.
they reinstituted penmanship, cursive, into the curriculum. Um, Kids have to get back to doing cursive, not just because it's annoying, but the studies about brain development, what cursive writing uh, does to help your brain development. They're they they're able to now measure, because of how long it's been since we've taught it, the difference in brains in people from I don't know what the age was, those that were taught cursive and those that were not. I mean, we can study everything. It's outrageous.
We can do it, right? We can. But it's like we also know that there's more medicine, people are healthier, we're making better choices, we're not smoking as much, people aren't drinking as much. They're healthier and the medicine keep them forever.
You didn't say we're not smoking. We're not smoking as much.
As a group, not as an individual, personally.
I'm down to one pack.
No pack, no
Zero.
pack.
Yeah. Say it
But
again. How long? How long's it been now? Where are we at?
it's been over 2 years now.
Yeah. Crazy, everybody.
It's a for
Crazy.
y'all.
I said staple gun. This girl had it stapled to her bottom lip. There was always a cigarette hanging from that lip.
Before day. But now it's like, what is going to happen? They were saying some occupations, we were looking at HR executive, some occupations have 30 to 50% of the workers getting close to retiring. So what are people going to do for that? Are we just going to not
First of
have
all,
citizenship?
we need to think first about the pearl jewelry industry. This is our first, because if that many women are retiring from the HR industry, who's going to be clutching their pearls?
I will be clutching all the pearls.
There's not
I'll
going to
have
be many
baskets.
people left to clutch.
I'll have baskets and baskets of them. Get
Robin
the pearls.
Spoon, this one's for you. Oh, oh.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. The first thing we have to think of
Is those poor people who are swimming to the bottom of the ocean to find pearls. They need us.
There's a restaurant here in town called Opal's Oysters. I hope nobody from Waco is here. Please don't at me. And I am always like, people are like, oh, I'm going to Opal's Oysters. I'm like, first of all, who's Opal? Second of all, no, I'm not. I think of these like fresh fish dying within every mile that we are from the ocean. That's how many hours you're going to be sick. Every mile equals 1 hour of sickness. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Near me, right on the coast. Come on, get yourself some fresh fish.
Don't eat
fresh fish. Fresh fish, right here, Vero Beach, Florida.
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
I will say I said I was spoke about AI last night. I was at a dinner.
Tell me about that dinner.
This retirement conversation, for sure.
Complex, the retirement.
Well, you saw the article as well. Excuse me, I'm a little because I had a lot of wine last night.
Oh,
Um, um, the article regarding entry level roles, right, and why they're not happening, and the lack of management support for hiring entry level remote work, and
it's
blah blah
laughable.
blah. And so, but we have in many ways sort of created this narrative around um, laziness being doing business as efficiency. And so it makes people nervous to think they don't care. They're cutting this, they're reduction in force for this reason, they're cutting back over here. And so when you have retirees, those, again, this article, we have it somewhere, we'll put it in the chat. This article that we looked at this week, 55, 55 plus is who they're talking about, not 65, 55 plus. And the part of the reason that they're looking at that demographic is because there are 58-year-olds, for instance, who have made a decision to say, the industry has changed too much. I don't have it in me to do another 10 years before I retire, enjoy life. Regulations have changed too much. Blah, blah. There's a guy I know in his early 70s who got out of almost 15 years ago now. And he said, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't wake up in the morning and go and enforce the regulations that I was being asked to enforce. So much stuff had changed. It was not, there wasn't as much care in things. I needed to get out of HR. And that's what he did. And that's sad.
It is sad. And we know there was an article that came out this week, Wall Street Journal, about the number of Americans moving out of the country. Was it Wall Street Journal, New York Times? One of those. It was one of the ones.
One of those.
More people are moving out of the country um, as well with that information and deciding rather than stick it out another 10 years here, they'll just take their retirement and go outside of the country where it's a more affordable. They're willing to take the risk.
I don't know if my wife is watching this morning, but I doubt it. But there is a show that frustrates us. We just started watching on HGTV, the Discovery Channel, whatever you might have it coming through. World's cheapest homes or destinations or something like that. And it's not, it's actually, I enjoy it in the
It's the
sense of there's a
tiny
guy,
house.
every time they go to Italy, it's Fabrizio is the realtor, and Fabrizio is awesome. Love this dude.
I love
And
that Fabrizio.
I love this dude. And just such a character, like enjoy him so much. And he the frustration in this particular show is they never pick any of the three houses that they've been shown. It's crazy. But might be choppy. I'm on Wi-Fi. Sorry, everybody. I might be choppy. I'm some of these countries, to the point where you can legit 150,000 two-bedroom home by the water, bunch of expats. Well, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to my friend. He knows who he is if he's on there. He just bought with his wife. No, it's not like that. But I don't want to share all his business. He just bought a home in San Francisco, um, a 3-bedroom home, and I was, which is great, but so expensive. It has to be so expensive to live a 3-bedroom, 3-bath outside of San Francisco has to be so freaking expensive. I have no idea. Oh, did he go? I'm so sad. Hopefully, John will be back soon. He it was a little choppy trying to go online today. It was a little bit rough. But I think that we'll get him back. Um but really this article is interesting because we haven't done the succession planning. We haven't done it. That is key. Are you back? I don't know if everybody is back. Is it just me still? It's just me again, chatting to me. That's the best part. Um, but one of the things that I have been thinking about for a long time, and I feel like I've been yelling about it from the rooftops about succession planning because we haven't been doing it enough, um, and doing the management moving forward. And uh, that's why we've seen, especially in HR, kind of a change of changing every jobs like every 2 to 3 years, which is horrible. That's not, it's our own personal uh, benefit in order to get to the next stage in our career. We are seeing it in how people are recruiting, but also seeing as how people are actually working on a regular basis. And so the question then becomes, how are we going to do this moving forward if we're taking the knowledge with us and we have an older that workforce that outpaces the employment growth? But it'll be interesting still because we're losing knowledge workers. A company, I don't know if any of you follow, little light reading of the EEOC cases, but an organization that was using several H-1B visas, companies getting sued by the Equal Employment Commission for not giving those jobs to United States citizens. So now what are we going to do? Like, it hasn't been thoughtful. Succession planning hasn't been there for a long time. It feels like we have let all those things go, and commercialism is not, it is been where it is, instead of giving those values back to employees and being able to work from that perspective. The challenge has been having to build it all inside. And since we're not doing that, people are leaving, and we haven't been doing the management. I feel like that's all part of this, is making sure that we're developing within, you know. Yes, I do want your take, Jamie.
Hi.
As a young person, hey
Here's
y'all, do y'all
so
know?
here's the opportunity that's on deck. People are forgetting about the power of AI, especially with folks of a certain generation. Um, AI, in terms of tools like maybe Otter or Bubbles or note taker tools, can be that opportunity where you sit down that older generation and go, look, you have acquired all of this knowledge over your 30, 40, 50-year career. Now's probably the best opportunity to get that information out of the heads of those individuals and have AI help create those succession plans so that that knowledge is retained now better than it ever could have been in the past.
That's true. I use granola. So one of the things, and it very similar.
This
I
is my granola. I don't know about your
I
granola,
do
but
I do have,
I'm more of an overnight oats kind of guy myself.
Jamie and we love the oats.
We
Um,
like the oats.
we like, sorry about it. And, protein bars, delicious. um, but that's the thing. Like, you can have your own AI twin, and you can actually. My favorite is getting all of my notes and asking the questions of things that I said, holding myself accountable to myself. Um, how does this interject, or how does this interact with the other things that are going on? It's almost like you should have a requirement of everybody recording their notes and then being able to see, is there any overlap? Wouldn't it be great is if you do the notes and it says, you should call Julie. Julie's also talking to that client. Like, the things that are already being built and going on. But I agree with you. AI is great for that. And but having the realism that, okay, we're going to record all of this so that we can have all the knowledge and keep it in house, and then train everybody on what's going on in these various departments in the way that they need.
I mean, it bleeds into workforce planning too, because you will have certain individuals at a certain age that do more, especially in longer careers, that they originally signed up for. So as you begin to replace those roles of the individuals who not only have acquired all that knowledge over time, but may have also crossed over into other scopes of the business that weren't necessarily on paper when they signed 20 years ago,
That's right.
gives you the insight, gives you the tools and the power to then utilize the AI to say, look, this person came in as VP, SVP, worked up to C-suite, whatever that may be. Their role has expanded outside the scope that we originally planned. Is this seat even still right so many years later? And of the knowledge that they have now accumulated, does that need to be split, joined? How are you not only in the succession of that individual, but also workforce planning, not only their replacement, but the knowledge gap as well? It's twofold.
Look, you see what Joe said.
Where's Joe? There it is. Come on, Joe. Why doesn't Joe pop in? Send him a link. Let's go. Come on, Joe.
But
Joe,
here's the thing that we see, right? Somebody will say, oh, they're going to retire, and they'll spend the next 3 months sending information, sharing information with the whole company.
Right, exactly. And only if they've had that information ready to go and at their fingertips, not only them have accumulated it thus far. There he is. Speaking of retired.
No, but I think you should stay. I don't trust John to be able to click the buttons. He's in retirement.
Oh, John will retire me if I stick around. So he's got that look on his face too. I don't know. He's mad
look. At the restreams that we've been using.
He's mad at Restream. He's mad at the internet. He's mad at the Cherry. I'm sure it's all the above. So
yeah, Verizon. He's mad at Windows.
Technology. All of the things.
It's a director.
I knew it was going to be me.
At some point, it's going to be your fault.
Oh, of course it is. Joe, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
But I think what he said was true. That AI can replace some of that, but it also gives us the opportunity to actually innovate. What happens is we'll have the person share the information, and then they're like, oh yeah, that gives them an idea of something else, and we're not being innovative because we're not getting the full story. It's only getting part of it. But Dion asked a great question, like, who owns that intellectual property? Well, I mean, the company does.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I hate to say it. You got paid while you were,
and they always have. They always have. They always have. But what we're going to see is have people hold accountable. You won't be able to take it with you because now we have access, the ability of seeing, wait, didn't Frank say that at the last meeting, or didn't Dennis, and Danielle talk about that? We own that.
Dennis
the Menace. I don't know. What are the modern names these days are dumb. Right? Like so I keep saying all these old names because the new names are so dumb. They just sound dumb to me.
Well, what are the new names?
Like people are like combining names. Like somebody's name will be like Baramy. Like, it's true. Like Claxton.
That's Baramy.
Claxton. Listen.
Claxton's all right.
People
Who are you hanging out with?
Claxton, apparently, and Barham. Barham.
I will just say I'm still, tentative, I guess, in being here. I'm on my cell phone hotspot, so I can't. Why do I pay for high speed internet?
See, that's why he's angry. I don't know. I'm in Waco.
I can't get on. I can't get on to things. I have no idea what. It's just.
It's a lie. It's all a lie. It's all a big lie. Maybe you're just too old. That's the problem. Well, that's the thing. The other day, listen.
I'm too old. That's what it must be.
Some of you know Ed Delgado from Salesforce. He and I had a conversation yesterday, and we were trying to get on we were trying to get on Zoom. No, Google, whatever. So we're trying to go back and forth. Couldn't get on. He's going, I'm going, it's going away. Then we're trying to call each other. That isn't working. I was like, do we need to get a landline? Like, are you serious? Like, isn't it funny though? Like we were talking about with writing it down, when things get stressful, going back to the source where I could actually plug my phone into the wall is the answer. There's a guarantee that works. It's still not broken, but this is not working.
How I'm going to. This is not working. I'm taking.
It's so choppy. It sounds like you're tearing cardboard. What's going on in New Jersey?
Hold on.
Literally, what is happening?
See. Let's see. What do you think? No. Yes. No. Yes.
Oh.
Better?
Where were you, Mars? What is happening?
No. Is it any better? I'm going to prove your point. Is it better for real?
For real. Generate like the best.
I just hardwired it into the computer.
Yeah. Of course you did. And you look great. Sound great. No.
Right here, the agita is like right across the whole chest, down into the belly.
I mean, but that's the thing. Mark my words. In our lifetime, somebody is going to hack over all the wireless stream, whatever. We're not going to be able to watch our stupid shows. People are going to fall apart. YouTube is going to go down. And, it'll be me and my friends watching cable going, what are you talking about? It's plugged in the wall.
The remember when we had coaxial cable for your internet and your television and all that stuff, and every house was being built with the access points, right? The coaxial cable access point already there. And then we're like, nah, everything's wireless. Nah. Put plates over this. Nah. We're going to need to open it up.
We are going to have to. I mean, and when you live in places like I do in Waco.
Apparently where I am in the Jersey. Bumbleshoe, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I mean, there's 10 million people in this town.
Is that's the place.
I know. Here I am.
But they'll still have the fiber optics and everything else because they can't afford to go offline. They can't. So they will always have access.
I had just had a business chat with me about, just in the course of some of their expansion, that they are only looking at properties if they're going to rent for additional office space that will allow Starlink to be installed.
Are you serious?
100%.
This is what I need people to know. I mean, okay, great. The problem is,
I've never used it. I mean, is it good? I've never been on it. I don't know.
I mean, it is like if you're in a desert island somewhere and you need to get online, like while you're diving with the sharks and shit. Like
these people were like, we don't trust Xfinity anymore, and we lose business when we can't get online. Starlink doesn't disappoint.
The challenge, and this is what we're seeing, the speed of technology means that the problems with the technology are being built in conjunction with the technology being built. Like, as hard as people are trying to push Starlink, somebody's trying to break it. Why?
Because, right, exactly.
Because like those are the things. I remember my friend hacking into something. We were like in 8th grade, and the FBI literally went to their house because we didn't know what it wasn't
It's
because
war games.
it was war games. But the problem is, he was 14. He wasn't trying to do anything. He just wanted to see
If he
what a
could.
lot of people don't know about my career. Part of the reason that I was able to go so far with our talent acquisition is I used to hack into people's interoff or intranets, not on purpose. I was just trying to
Look,
search, and it was. I mean, I wanted to see. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I just needed a PhD developer. I wasn't trying to get anybody's personal information. I just wanted to know if you had a Java developer there. That's all. That's it. And just as much, there's somebody going, I wonder what's going to happen if I do this. What's going to happen if I do that? And so putting your trust in something like Starlink, but when you comes to security and safety, it goes back to these old things, right?
I hear the dogs. Sorry. I was
You
like,
heard the dogs and the shush after the dogs.
I didn't know if they
Not,
were coming to run for you, like towards you.
it feels like it.
I think
And look at George.
boats,
People with boats love Starlink. We need more friends with a boat,
I mean,
right?
there's that for sure. That's so interesting, George. I've never used it, so I don't know. But it doesn't surprise me that sort of this, like, remember, like HughesNet, like just these like
Yes.
satellite right versions of connectivity. It doesn't surprise me that is like the next wave of this. But I will say, just to come back to the retirement bit, I do think about these advancements in technology from a cost standpoint,
Yeah.
meaning how can people retire? It's expensive. I mean, you look at the rate of food prices over the last 5 years, and you look at the rate of pay increase over the last 5 years. And I'm not throwing shade at companies when I say this. Like there's other costs for them like that have gone up, and so again at this event last night, chatting with someone who was just talking to me about how this was what this person said, we survive on razor thin margin.
That's right.
That's where we're at as a company, razor thin. So every dollar in increase for a utility, for a supplier for what they're doing, it is that close to putting us no razor thin, no margin, right? Like that's how close we are. So now let's take someone retired. We know the numbers are not great for those that have been putting aside monies into retirement accounts, IRAs, 401ks, even within an organization. Participation is not wonderful, and those that participate don't put enough aside. Social Security is still something, certainly not going to be able to cover everything. How are we going to afford to live?
Here's the thing. This is what's so ridiculous, right? I was like listening yesterday, and they were like, go to Albania if you move to Albania. And I was like, who would move to Albania? And they said, no taxes for a year. Well, shit. Call me Albanian,
Yes, yes. And
right?
Spain is doing I think it's Spain. One of them is doing like a nomad visa, like that. It's fine. You can
Portugal
work
does one. There's several of the like digital nomad and within
digital
Europe. But
nomad.
here's
That's
what's
it.
so funny. This is what's so like these people. This is they're getting kicked out because they don't want immigrants coming to their country. That's you, motherfucker. Like that's literally you, right? Like
Yeah.
people are mad about it. Wait, I'm not the immigrant. I'm American. Yeah, get out of my country.
Well, I mean, there,
They don't
we go
like.
we
I
go
mean,
down a
ignorant.
whole
Like,
rabbit hole here, but
but
it's
that's no, but
still.
that's what we're
But you're
seeing.
right about looking
Because
overseas.
for healthcare, several people, we're not talking about, we don't even have to talk about Albania and Portugal and Spain. There's a family, there's a woman with her kids. One of them has a chronic illness. So they moved to Guadalajara. They just moved down the road in Mexico to raise their whole family, and it's cheaper there. And they're getting the care that they
And
need.
getting that they need. They
Yeah.
are.
So, like, I feel like we're going to see a lot more of that. Listen,
I mean, I want to tell you, George,
those aren't
the
entry
sticker
level.
job
Those
does
are
not pay much. Sticker jobs don't pay much.
they're very high demand.
Here's what you see, though, and truthfully, what you see in this, I'll say the blue hair era. Yes, George, thank you. Spain is dialing their digital nomad back. Visa's back. Go into CVS. Go into Walgreens. The amount of part-time retirees that are being hired in those particular brands, uh, it's very noticeable. I think it's terrific. They're not interested, those employees, in working 8-hour shifts. So CVS is like, fine, bring all your friends. We'll have all your friends work here. Everybody gets a 4-hour shift. You do a bit of time, restock some shelves. Everything's on wheeled carts now around the store. They're not used to, it's not that you're lifting these boxes and bringing them all. You've got all this apparatus to help you, and they don't need benefits. They're not interested in participating in the 401k. They make,
It's
20
cheaper.
hours a week. It's
They're on
cheaper.
their, like I. The thing is that we have these things to sustain life. What's
Yes.
funny is as you get older, you already know. We already know. And it is in younger generations where there's more of a question mark of life and where are we going to do that? And it's too easy to keep the information instead of share it. They can go through and do it themselves. Like that's the fear. We don't have that dependency like we did before. I can
Well,
build my
and
own
you have
401k.
you can day trade, honestly,
That's right.
and maybe work it out in a way where you're honestly at the end of the year probably doing better than trying to live off of the retirement fund that you have, right? Like there are people that can do that, and there's lots of tutorials. One of the things about being so information laden in our culture is I want to learn how to do this. I'm going to go watch 10 different videos on YouTube. I'm not saying that every video is great or true, but there's enough out there so that when I watch 10 videos and one is totally different than all the rest, then I'm like, okay, that probably isn't a good one to watch, or that wasn't full with all the right information I needed. Like there's enough data that you're able to kind of cull through and see. But I do love, Mark, thank you so much for sharing what you shared. There's still a sense of like living within your means. We have in some countries like the US, we have completely blurred the lines often on need versus want. When you're looking at you,
Absolutely.
right, when you're
I
looking at
you
your
know,
monthly subscription bill for streaming, and you're like, we pay $210 a month for all of our streaming services.
that's cheap.
Yeah, but do you
No,
need
it's
to?
cheaper. No,
What's the
it's
last thing
not.
you watched on Paramount Plus? What's
I
the
can't.
last thing you watched? Peacock. What's the
I watch.
last thing you watched?
Don't ask me that right now. We're about to go into. We're about to have FIFA. We're in baseball season. Sports.
The new season of
I did it.
Housewives of Atlanta, by the way.
I did.
Train wreck.
I trade. I watched
Train
trade.
wreck. Train
Listen,
wreck.
well, now I've never. I haven't. I'm
I
not
know
a
how
Real
you feel.
Housewives. I am a
I
reality.
know.
I am
I
a
know.
reality
You
TV.
have to get on Traders. I'm going to keep
I
saying it
don't
every time
know.
I bring
People,
it up.
I know. I've been saying I used to want to get on traders. Now I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous.
You'll be fine. Bring your knife.
I don't. I didn't. too close. I'll be like, oh, I can't do it. Someone asked me, like, this is what's so interesting about that. Like, my biggest fear, and the people, this isn't a shocker to you, to other people. I'm like, I can't eat that stuff. I can't eat the food. None of it. I'm not doing any of it. I love this. The value in other cultures of multi-generational households is real.
Have you been to Hawaii, correct?
Yes.
Have you ever gone into any of like the residences there? Not the hotels, like genuine residents. Yes.
Yeah. We
multi-generational
in a neighborhood.
Multi-generation,
and they have to. But here's the other part that people. So, I cook quite a bit. I'm very proud of my cooking ability. Lovely, delicious foods are fun to do. So I started buying generational grains, baking bagels, and more traditional like stuff. And so I just bought all of these ancestral beans. It's like, wait, what? There's years beans. Yes, of ancient grains and ancient beans. And you're getting these things that people are like, wait, what is this? Yeah, it's not a pinto bean. This bean has been around for a long time, different flavors and different things. And it's like, I'm getting them from a farmer in California. Like, these are things that we are going to end up having to depend on, of not understanding how it works. Like, did you know that they make rice in California? You can get a California rice. It's just rice. Just rice.
Like, how do you know these beans are ancient?
Because they say. I'm not carbon testing the beans. Look,
just like ancient grains.
No, there's ancient beans. There's beans that are like beans is the oldest crop in history. Okay. And they last forever.
This is Sprouts grocery store. Here we go, everybody. Just grabbing people like Jackye.
Don't make fun of me. Listen, y'all.
Meanwhile, Jimmy is in the back opening up cans of garbanzo beans and dragging them out with a hairdryer.
I just want them to show this. Somebody put this in the archives. They're gonna be eating it, and it'll be just the Claytons eating beans. Everybody else dead. They'll be watching it on their Starlink and their whatever with the 401 because people made fun.
How come this ancient bean says HEB on the can? What's it? What's
up? I hate you. You need to look up heirloom beans.
Oh, heirloom.
Now they're heirloom. There's beans that have been around for 10,000 years.
Dion, bless your heart. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm saying as well. Listen, you throw them, Cinderella. Come on, girl.
You know what? It's this.
You mean that old bean? Oh.
One day you're gonna figure it. One day. Don't come to me. Don't send your people.
I'm telling you. Look, y'all, your weekend homework into the woods.
I know
great songs about beans. Songs about beans.
They're flash forward 1,000,000 years, and the Baldinos are now literally in the Clayton Cave asking for food. Say no.
Having garbanzo beans from the HEB.
Say no. Do not feed the Baldinos. Feed your Claytons. Give them the finger.
But here we go. This is Mad Max retirement. That's what's going to be. That's what you're describing.
I am. But
this is Mad Max retirement.
This is what the point is. As you are learning these things,
there is a point.
You better start learning this way. You need to learn this way. As you're learning current things with technology and AI, make sure you're learning how to plant vegetables.
I want to say, plant your vegetables. Go ahead. Have your community garden. Go grow your, arugula and your. Go ahead. Where's that rhubarb?
Over here.
Ancient rhubarb. It's delicious.
Don't ask me. Gross. Don't Listen again, future Claytons, do not feed those Baldinos. They made fun of us. They made fun of us and the chickpeas.
But
You want
Jackie, let us in. We have ancestral rhubarb.
no
The
starving to death. Look at all those skinny Baldinos out there.
gosh, ancestral rhubarb. Look, y'all, that is the name of a new band. Somebody put that band together. Yes,
I think
Saturday night, ancestral rhubarb rocks the stage. I love that.
There's
That's
a group
good.
there. One of the shirts for like when you people who like legumes, it said Leguminati. I'm gonna start that's a good name for a band too.
That is a good name, actually. I do
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Leguminati. Yeah,
I do want to say I want to balance this article though, because as I said, it's focused on 55 plus.
which that's a lot of people.
That's
That's
a
a lot.
lot of people. That's exactly right. Yeah.
And
It's a
and
lot of people.
you're people are forgetting when this all came out when we talked about retirement. The average age was like you're like 50 years old when 61 was the retirement. It's not like that anymore. No, I'm not a prepper, but I am a chef.
I,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, ancestral rhubarb. The 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 thing that I would say about the article that is worth our time is really about some of the things. And Mark, I will go back to something you said really early on in the show, which was, where does the responsibility lie in transient workforce to learn uh, uh, institutional knowledge? How much of it really should just be categorized, some things, as these are operational cues for some temp or low tenured employees that we know will have, versus here are the people that have the keys to the kingdom. Because we all know those people. We all know those people at our organizations that are like the right hand of people that, know more than we might ever learn. Those are the people that we have to really be thoughtful about, because they won't stay forever, and
We
they may
have
retire
to,
at some point. Right. Right.
but we have to redo. Listen, we've heard this a lot this season
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
getting rid of traditional L&D departments. And I'm telling you, you just need to reevaluate how these departments, you have to have them, even if the L&D's job is to gather the archives. Like I we see it in nonprofits more than we see it in for-profit organizations because of the way that the bylaws and board of directors are written. But it really is going to help organization. It's going to be survival of the friendliest and survival of the ones that have archived the information. It just is. Because at some point, because things happen. I mean, look at what happened. Like, we all know that in Waco, I'm one thunderstorm away from not being able to go online ever again. I'm just one good thunderstorm and wipes out all the.
I mean, the whole country of Puerto Rico is that way. One good storm
Yeah.
away from not being able to. Yes, I look that even Restream is agreeing with a thumbs up. I I
Doesn't know what
think
a
it
thumb
is.
is, but it does. Thumbs up. Where was the thumb? Where
When
was the thumb?
when I was in
No,
high school, we had and we would all go down together.
together.
Um, we took a quiz one time on unusual deaths of famous historical figures, and so fascinating, right? Like this, like just who died of syphilis and apoplexy and all kinds of things, right? And so why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I think it's okay to have fun with some initial assessments with people. So when they're coming into your organization, give them the acronym assessment.
Yeah.
Let them, like, SOP, like all of the initials. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm picking on SOP. I want you to all understand the amount of people that know standard operating procedures
That's right.
is a small percentage.
Ah,
coming into the workforce. A small percentage.
I don't listen to me.
Linda.
Linda. Right. There's something. It's not for when things go great, right? It's for when things go sideways. I can't tell you. I live in a small enough town that it takes all of us serving on these boards in order to make a community run and having community boards and organizations. And then what happens is people start having like a argument, or they're not communicating. So we have to have a debate. So then we have to have Robert's Rules of Order. That's when you understand real leadership, because the motherfucker that goes in there, he doesn't know how to stop the argument. You only get 2 minutes, sir. Your 2 minutes are done, sir. We're taking it to a vote. And you have to say in front of 300 people, someone has to second the vote. Okay, now we have to, no, it's not up for discussion.
Yes.
Like, you go back to like the freaking core in order to get these things done.
Robert's Rules. By the way, Amazon, it's a little book. It's not expensive.
Not expensive.
Get it.
I bought my husband a book of like decision making, 50 different ways to make a decision. Because when things go sideways and you don't know.
You are so mean to this man.
I'm not. I didn't buy him for him, because sometimes I didn't buy it for him. I bought it for everybody. I'm reading different ways because we have too many things.
Han, don't take this personally. Could you read this book on how to make better decisions? Yeah. Do you mind?
No, it makes it even worse. The book of how to make decisions just make it worse. Because then it's like, do I do SWOT? Should I do SWOT, or should I do, which no one should. Just take it out of the
book. Girl, we are late.
Well, you need to talk to
it's because I disappeared for a little bit. I reclaim my time. Dion, that is the way to end the show.
Reclaim my time.
I reclaim my time. Welcome to Congress.
That's right.
So stressful.
I know.
Great to see you all.
Clink,
Have a
clink.
good day. Clink. Bye.
Oh, bye.